Almost 2 years ago, I made a video called The Fall of Boring or Noob Dog. At the time I made that video, he hadn't fallen nearly as low as he has now. Just when you thought he had reached rock bottom, he defied the odds and sunk even lower. This is the story of Boring. Noob Dog had been uploading YouTube videos for a very long time. He posted mainly cheating content, which includes rage hacking, random memes, and griefing videos. Most of his content from the early days of CSGO were just mainly MMHVH videos, where he'd use cheats like aimware or Badster. He was pretty niche at the time, but he got his first big break from exposing Tabsware. Tabsware was selling this cheat called Lethality, which was a really bad pasted cheat. Noob Dog, who I'll refer to as Boring for the rest of the video, decided he would expose him. Boring made a multiple video part series exposing all of Tubbyware's lies, where he would easily take the W and ruin Tubbyware's reputation. After all of this, Boring went after a lot of different cheats to expose them. He exposed Texas Hook for being one of the worst cheats known to man. He exposed Fanta for being an overhyped private pace. Boring became the guy that exposed bad cheats. The cheating community really respected him since it seemed like he was trustworthy and actually knew what he was talking about. Boring then went back to uploading just griefing videos, where he'd troll his teammates and tried to give them cooldowns. While griefing, he'd still be injected with a cheat so he could grief more effectively, using Blockbot or Bunny Hop so he could quickly jump into a molly if a teammate threw one. The cheats he used were flow hooks and then advanced aim. He shielded advanced aim for months, since he was part owner of it. He always went on about how good it was, and how amazing it would be when it was finally publicly released, but that never happened. So after a while of cheating and griefing, Boring decided he was no longer going to cheat. He did this for two reasons. One, his cheat dev abandoned the cheat, and two, he thought he could grow further if he wasn't cheating. According to Boring, normies would be more likely to watch and share his content. He could also stream on Twitch without getting banned since Twitch doesn't allow cheating. He would start to upload on TikTok since his brainwash content was perfect for it. He was very proud of this plan. Some of his viewers questioned why he was no longer cheating in his videos, and Boring would always lash out on them and accuse them of being whiny losers. This was one of his first mistakes. Boring had alienated a lot of his viewers. Most of his subs were people from the cheating community. Boring knew he'd lose some of his viewers, but he thought he would gain a lot more viewers, so it would be worth it. This isn't what happened though. His TikTok was a massive failure, and his Twitch streams had very little to no viewers. Boring never realized that people who enjoyed griefing and trolling videos probably didn't care if he was also cheating. It's not a big surprise that the cheating community was full of people more receptive to content where the whole point is ruining people's days. The saving grace Boring had was COVID. COVID helped his channel immensely, but even that well would run dry. Boring noticed that his videos got way less views than before. He knew that his content was getting repetitive and stale, and he would have to evolve and change it up. Every single video he uploaded was the same. Every video was him trolling low IQ randoms and arguing with them for 5 minutes until they got a cooldown. They also wouldn't really rage like how the titles of his videos would suggest. They were mildly annoyed if anything. Some of his videos were entertaining, but his viewers were growing up and losing interest. Boring promised every year that he was going to reinvent his channel and come up with brand new ideas. Of course, this never happened. He kept uploading the same slop every week. It was also obvious that he didn't really like his fans, and he had contempt for them. It was also evident he didn't enjoy being a YouTuber anymore. He live streamed regularly and made videos, but it was his job now. YouTube was no longer a hobby he did for fun, but a job he did for money. Boring's channel was then banned from YouTube, and if you think the story ends here, it gets much worse. Boring moved to Kick and got a gambling sponsor. He had included sponsors in some of his YouTube videos before it was deleted, but they were just segments in his videos like how most big YouTubers do. The sponsors were a side thing and not the content itself, but now he was a full-on gambling streamer. A lot of his loyal viewers followed him to Kick, and their reward for their loyalty was getting exploited. Streamers who promote gambling to their viewers are unethical to say the least. Especially to a young audience, gambling is a dangerous addiction, and the majority of people who gamble will lose. The house always wins. Boring knew this, but he didn't care since he never really cared about his viewers. They were just there to give him money. It's one thing to promote gambling to your viewers, but it's another thing to pretend you're doing it for your viewers. Boring loves to show how generous he is by giving out money that his viewers gave him. This would be like buying your mom a birthday present with the money she gave you. It gets even worse though. It's likely the money he gets is given to him by Shuffle. When you're sponsored with a gambling site, the site will usually give you funds that you could use for your gambling streams, and also give you funds that you can give away. These sites do this because it's often beneficial to them in the long run. Give out some money in order to get more in return. They're not doing it out of the kindness of their hearts. They're doing it to bait the gambling addiction. Boring constantly brags about how much money he supposedly won, and how great and amazing it is, and how everyone else should do it. It's likely all fake and rigged, since who would want to gamble on a site that you're playing on if you were always losing? This is literally the CSGO Lotto meme. Ironically, back when he exposed Tabsware, he criticized him for using his viewers for money. Yet here he is doing the exact same thing. He's back on YouTube now, and he's doing the exact same slop he's been doing for the last 7 years. Some things never change.